Good evening, Madam Moderator. Good evening, town meeting members. I'm Mark Manassas, representing the Vision for Lexington Committee, which was until recently known as the 2020 Vision Committee. I'm here this evening to request the approval of $50,000 under Article 8 to enable us to work with a consultant to conduct the third in a sequence of townwide surveys. These surveys have been used to identify, assess, and communicate residents' priorities with respect to a wide range of issues facing the town, and to assess how the town has performed in addressing these issues. The Vision for Lexington Committee was chartered approximately 20 years ago to identify a shared vision for Lexington's future and communicate this vision to groups such as the Select Board, the School Committee, Planning Board, town meeting members, and to town residents. As I mentioned, the purpose of this survey is to assess residents' perceptions on the importance of various issues, how the town is performing, but it also has been used to identify the perspectives of subgroups within our community, groups such as the elderly, persons of color, or LGBTQ+ persons. This is a longitudinal process. We've conducted the survey in 2012, we conducted it in 2017, and we will again conduct it in 2022. This enables us to track how the town has performed with respect to certain issues over time. And I'll show in a minute a few examples of how past findings have positively impacted the town's priorities and the town's decision-making. The survey not only identifies the importance of various issues, but it also helps identify the importance of trade-offs in making these decisions. So for example, in the case of open land, which do town residents value the most? Creating affordable housing on that land, creating recreation fields on that land, or simply maintaining it as open land? The 2012 and 2017 townwide survey had a wide range of focus areas, including economic development, physical character, town government, communication, etc. We've identified that these are still important, yet we recognize we need to increase the depth of questions in the area of diversity, equity, and inclusion, climate change and resiliency, and in public health. A copy of the 2017 survey report can be found at this URL. Here's an example of a question from the 2017 survey with regards to diversity. For the majority of town residents, the most important issue regarding population diversity was welcoming diverse groups of people to the town. We can see from this graph, which showed 46% of town residents thought it was extremely important to welcome diverse groups of people to the town, while 21% of residents thought that the town was doing an excellent job in achieving this objective. In the area of communication, the 2017 survey suggested that the town was not performing well in communicating enough with its residents. Focus groups confirmed these findings, which resulted in the acceleration of plans to hire a public information officer and led to the creation of a working group which developed a report identifying 7 key recommendations to improve the communication of the town with its residents. This report can be found at this URL. So in conclusion, I'd like to ask again for the approval of $50,000 under Article 8 to enable us to work with a consultant. We will prepare this townwide survey with updated questions to reflect the important issues of our time. As I've mentioned, diversity, equity, inclusion, climate action, and public health have risen to the top. We will translate this into other languages to increase access to the survey. We will implement the survey online and via hard copy formats to make it as widely available as possible. We will perform statistical analysis of the responses, including the responses of various subpopulations. We facilitate focus groups to drill down into some of the issues. And we will obviously report on the results, comparing the results to those found in 2017 and 2012 and 2017. And lastly, and perhaps most importantly, we will disseminate these results to the various boards and committees through our report, but also through hopefully in-person presentations, but if necessary through online presentations. Thank you. As with all articles before town meeting, we've been asked to make a statement on sustainability and diversity. And while we believe that Article 8 funding does not directly affect diversity or sustainability, we do believe that the survey provides the information necessary to assess how the town is performing with regards to these issues. And the committee will work with community groups to identify implicit bias in our questions and revise questions and methods to address these issues. I'll also note we're making translated surveys available and using multiple methods of distribution, again, to try to make the survey available to as wide a range of the population as possible. So in conclusion, thank you very much for your attention. Please vote yes on Article 8. And when the survey is available in early 22, please participate in the survey and make your voices heard. Thank you very much.